What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? After a jury who was not his peers found murdering police officer Derek Chauvin guilty of taking the life of George Floyd on Tuesday, Lil Boosie started trending again. I gotta say again because Lil Boosie is always in the news for something, primarily because of his interesting viewpoints on life. So, what did Lil Boosie say this time? He took to Twitter after the verdict and commented that Chauvin is lucky he isn't doing time in a Louisiana prison. And then he dropped some eggplant emojis. You know, the eggplant emojis are supposed to signify a penis. And then he hashtag boss call would have been made. From that statement, there were some people who started to question his sexuality, like, why is he talking about men having sex and blah, blah, blah. Now, Lil Boosie is not the only one who will frequently say something about a man getting sexed up in prison after he commits a crime, right? That's like a running joke. It's not a joke that I would tell, although I did share a photo of a menacing looking black guy standing behind him in his mugshot after I heard the verdict. It was sort of a silent protest. But that was for shits and giggles. Let me be crystal clear. I do not endorse sexual abuse in any shape, form, or fashion against anyone, no matter how demonic they may be. Now, do I care if he get his ass dump truck ran through? Nope. I especially don't advocate men doing stuff like that, in prison. Because I'm gonna tell you something about that, fam. When the public makes statements like that, it emboldens the guys who participate in that type of activity. It gives them an excuse. Oftentimes, they're not drawing a line between the guy who is this monster in society. They look at anybody that they can take advantage of and do that too. So it might be a little, 18-year-old boy that just hit the yard and he ain't really built for that type of life. Ain't nobody really built for it, but certain people really cannot survive something like that. So day one, he put his eyes on it. He got him in the crosshairs, and his total focus, his single focus becomes raping this little boy. See, it's a lot of dudes that are like that. They are predators. And here's something to think about. Most of these guys are going to get out of jail at some point. After they do their time, they're still going to be searching for some behind. You can't have it both ways. You can't be saying that, man, you don't know who to trust. These guys are bisexual. They down low. But at the same time, you advocating jail rape. Now, I know some of you are perfect, so you ain't gonna never end up in jail. Nobody that you love will ever end up in prison. I got it. But for the rest of us, that person that has that unfortunate experience of getting caught up in the system, whether it was their mistake or whether they were falsely accused, they could end up being subjected to something like that. And that ain't cool. I don't condone it. I don't endorse it in any capacity. Now, what I do condone is payback. I think payback is good. There's so many ways to get them. I mean, you ain't got to do all of that. There's other things that can be done, you know, to get justice for the American public, you know? So many things. I'm just not going to participate in that type of activity whatsoever. You know, I'm not going to co-sign it ever. You know, that would make me no better than the people who engage in it, and it don't make me any better than the CEOs who often encourage it, who actually allow it to happen, who actually sometimes participate in it. Yeah. So while I do respect Lil Boosie, I respect his hustle, his grind. He come from the gutter. He made something out of himself. And like it or not, he do inspire people to do better. And so I rock with that. But I'm never going to co-sign sexual abuse in any shape, form, or fashion and against anybody. Besides, Derek Chauvin is used to being on top of men. He might actually like it. No more talk.
What them haters talking about?